See, BJP has a washing machine. Anyone who they think is tainted and who has something, they enter the BJP and they become clean the next day. I've always spoken about the political administration of Tripura, separation of that. I've never spoken about the territorial administration. You know, there is a line: it's better to die a hero than to live long enough to become a villain.
So we are finally with the man who many believe holds all the key cards in the state of Tripura. I'm joined now by Maharaj Pradyot Debbarman. Thank you so much for joining us here on EastMojo, my king. Yesterday we saw you at a rally. Quite a rock star's welcome you get everywhere you go. The tribals are firmly behind you. We do not know about the other side. How do you assure people that you are there for everyone in the state when you are fighting a pan-Tripura elections?
When I help a community which deserves to be helped because of historical imbalances post-merger with India, I'm also assuring that I'm helping people who are downtrodden, who need justice, who need to exist and survive in a big country like ours. So it is there for people to see. My path has always been that of loving people, accommodating people, and not against any community. Of course, there is a propaganda machinery which keeps on saying that I am a threat to the Bengalis or to the Hindu Bengalis largely, because the Muslims are largely with me. All I can say is that me, myself, being a practicing Hindu, would never go against an Hindu community. This is a propaganda machinery by certain people who tried to woo me to become their alliance partner. When that did not happen, so they have now started a new narrative. I don't think that the intelligent people of Tripura, the people who know the culture of Tripura and who know the royal family of Tripura, will ever believe that we can be against any community, be it all the Bengalis.
So when you started the Tripura Motha as an organization, many of us thought it would be a social organization. And the transformation has taken place from a social organization to a party that is widely loved in most of the tribal belts. How do you see this transformation and how has it come about and what are the challenges that you face now?
It's a movement. We started a movement for the rights for the people. And with this movement, we tried to get all the regional political parties to come in one platform. When they did not come in one platform, we decided that since it is a futile attempt, because all these leaders who have egos, who have arrogance, who are only thinking about the self-interest and not that of the people, we decided a team of young people to float our own party and to change the system ourselves. And today, we have been largely successful with that.
Let's look at the IPFT. 2018, gained popularity, got some traction. Now today, it seems to have been lost somewhere. What happened to them and why did you have to step in?
They started with the movement and then they compromised on the core agenda. They sat in the government with the BJP without actually delivering on what they had promised to their voters. And then once they became ministers, the IPFT MLAs and chairmen of various departments, they actually forgot the real reason why the people had elected them. Any party which deviates so quickly from the core agenda will lose traction. And of course, BJP needs no invitation to destroy their alliance partners. They've done that in Assam with AGP. They're doing it with the NEDA allies in Meghalaya. They're doing it in Mizoram. They've done it in Punjab with the Akali Dal. They did it to the Shiv Sena. So BJP has a history of eating into their alliance partners, and that's what they did. I came in because I thought that eventually if we could get IPFT, INPT, TSP, TIPRA, all these regional parties, there were 6-7 regional parties, in one platform, we could speak on one voice for the people. When I tried that, I realized that the reason why our people are suffering is because our own leaders have so much of ego, arrogance, personal ambition that they tend to they don't speak about the people when we go to Delhi. Then we decided that chalo, we will start our own system, and we started our own party, and that has resulted in the culmination of TIPRA Motha. TIPRA Motha, let me again say it, is not a political party; it's a movement. The day we achieve a movement, I don't think we should continue as a party.
You talked about the BJP. They've been trying to reach out to you. They've reached out to you several times. You held a meeting with the MHA even, but you held your ground.
See, BJP has a washing machine. Anyone who they think is tainted and who has something, they enter the BJP and they become clean the next day. And then they also think that there is another washing machine which they try to forcefully put people in. And then you come out with a different tone and tenor. I don't want to be in anybody's washing machine. I have my own agenda. Today, the BJP is calling me that we want to separate the geography of Tripura into two states. I've always spoken about the political administration of Tripura, separation of that. I've never spoken about the territorial administration. These guys know what my demand is. They knew it for the last 2 years. Only last week when I said no to them, now they've started saying that we cannot talk to them. Why did they invite us if they thought that I would back down from my point of view? They tried to basically soften me, but I cannot be softened because I'm answerable to my people. What do I go and tell my people? That I was assured a MPship, or was I a chief ministership, ministership, anything, money? So I've changed my stance. See, everybody goes. Karma, you're a Buddhist. You believe in karma as well, right? Everybody has to go one day. Do you take this palace? Do you take all the sone ka bartan and your money and you go up? No, you take good name. And I want a good name. That's about it. And I can only get the good name if my people think and know that I fought for them.
But wouldn't it be better for Tripura as a whole if the sitting government in power is in alliance with the local party? Will development happen? Won't development happen in that case?
So the sitting government has been in alliance before also. Congress, TUJS, IPFT, BJP. Why didn't the development take place? Because you're doing the development for 20 MLAs. I want development for 14 lakh people who live in the tribal areas, not the 20 ST MLAs. I want development for the people. And that can only happen when you create statutes in the constitution which empowers them and not empowering 20 MLAs for 5 years. That's the difference between a politician and a person who is fighting for the next generation.
Okay. So your fight for Greater Tipraland, which you've been talking across.
If people don't like it, you can call it Greater Karma Land, you can call it Greater Modi Land. I mean, how does a name, see if someone today calls me Shah Rukh Khan, I'll not become Shah Rukh Khan. Someone calls you tomorrow Amitabh Bachchan, you're not Amitabh Bachchan, you're Karma Paljor. Why are we going in the names? I'm asking for what we want. We want constitutional solution, constitutional powers, so we can protect our land, our language, our way of life, our religion, our legislative, our economic, and our fundamental rights. The same way it happens in your home state of Sikkim. What is so problematic with that? Why can't you give the tribals that basic need of security?
So will that come with a different state, a separate state?
That I think is under Article 2 and 3. If they have a better idea, give it to us in writing. We are willing to talk. But don't talk to me about Rajya Sabha MP. Don't talk to me about PWD or Chief Minister or Home Minister. I don't want that.
Do you think the ADC model of governance has failed completely?
It's an absolute failure. It's an absolute failure. ADC model is an absolute failure because it is just tokenism. Until you don't give us real teeth, legislative powers and powers where you can actually implement, carry through. Today, people come and encroach on your land. We go to the court says, yes, they are illegal encroachers. Tomorrow, we cannot enforce them to leave. So what powers do we have? The budget is just 2%. Every bill, 36 bills have been sent from 2001 till 2022 to the governor. Every bill has been held back by the state government, barring one. So where is the legislative powers? There is nothing. Even a secretary has more powers than an ADC.
That's why the demand for a greater Tipraland or whatever
Whatever you want
we
to call
can
it.
call it.
You can call it Modi land. I have no problem. You have a stadium named after him, call a state named after him, call a UT named after him, call a council named after him. But we want powers which can actually help the people. And we want the power to be constitutionally also extended to the people, not to 20 MLAs. Yeah.
Okay. Two main issues in the state. One is, of course, unemployment, huge issue here and the government promised something and they couldn't even meet up. They've accepted it in the assembly as far as the numbers are concerned. Second issue of violence in the state. There's been a lot of it. I was speaking to the chief minister yesterday. He said, no, now in my state, there is no violence at all. I spoke to the CPIM. They said that there's been no violence for the past so many years. So it's really something.
The fact is, under the CM, the violence has come down. Under the erstwhile CM, there was a bit of violence. The CM seems to be a gentleman, a soft-spoken man. He's just come to power for 5-6 months. By the time he understands the system, he will know it is very difficult for him to manage it. Because there are people within his own government trying to destabilize him. Regarding the communists internalize their violence like they have done in Bengal, they have done it in Kerala, they have done it in Tripura. The fact is, it is a communist way of life. Wherever there is communism, there is large scale of violence, especially in the 3 states I have named. Today there is no Trinamool, there is no communist in West Bengal, but Trinamool and BJP indulge in the same violence the left had propagated. So now it is inculcated in the DNA. Same thing is in Tripura. For us to change this culture of violence, you have to first accept one fact, that just by changing your jhanda, you don't become a new banda. Right? What's happened is the same criminal who was holding the communist flag, today is holding the BJP flag. Right? So, the same contractor which was making money during CPM is making under BJP. It's the same nexus. All you've done is you've changed your flag. So, until the government does not come down hard on these anti-social elements, you will have politicians exploiting these people and them exploiting politicians for personal benefit.
You're right. One of the important questions that comes to my mind apart from this is that why will the non-tribals or why should the non-tribals vote for you?
Why should not they vote for me? That is the question. Am I corrupt? Am I a demon? Have I not spoken out for them? Has there been any violence in the last 2 years since we have come to power? They voted for IPFT, which was a violent party, which used to have violence here. When we have come to power, we have had lakhs and lakhs of rallies in Agartala, no violence in the ADC areas, towards 23% Bengalis there, no violence between Hindus and Muslims, no religious politics. So why not us? And we have a history, I have a background, they know my family, I'm not a criminal. So why will they not vote for me? The only reason there is this entire rumor is going around and this propaganda is going around is because there is a section of Godi media which takes money from the BJP and which will spread this canard because they don't want any tribal to lead the state of Tripura. It is very simple as that. A good or a bad, they don't want anyone to lead it.
Which means you lead Tripura if you win.
I said they don't want any indigenous person lead it. I'm already where I am. I'm sitting in the palace. I don't need to occupy any chair of a chief minister to do this. I'm there in the hearts of the people and that is enough for me. These posts are temporary. What I have is permanent as long as I remain sincere.
Your views on CA are well known. You stuck your neck out. What about NRC?
NRC is toothless now that CA has been implemented. So NRC has no meaning.
Right. And a lot of the people who love you, and this is my last question, are worried about your health. They'd like to know how you are and what is going on, if you can tell us.
That's a personal thing, but I'm not well. That's another story. The fact is that I want to give something to my people and then look after myself and do things in my life. I don't intend to be in politics. I just intend to give something to my people and then move away. You know, there is a line. It's better to die a hero than to live long enough to become a villain.
But like every rock star, you like.
I said that from Batman, by the way. That was from Batman.
Can you say that again?
It's better to die a hero than to live long enough to become a villain.
Right. And you like to shake things up as a rock star as well. Thank you, Maharaj, so much.
No more rock star, only a person who wants to give something to his community and to the state of Tripura. That's all. Well, I know how. Thank you.
for
Thank you.
speaking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that was our Maharaj. Candid, spoke about a lot of issues. We'll have to wait and see how Tripura Motha performs now.